You hear the screeching.
Oh God.
Time again. Got you running through the night. It's terror time again. And you just might die of fright. It's terrifying time.
This guy's fucking the whole scene. Where's the remote?
It's so good.
Yeah!
Time again! I'm just gonna let it play out.
It's the best song ever.
It's incredible. Cause it's
Terror
time again!
And you just might die your heart. It's terrifying time.
All the trees begin to
Oh, it's breakdown.
monsters frightened.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Faces full of sight. Don't you know it's
This is the best song in a kids movie ever.
It's also really funny to watch Link run around with this in the
That's why I'm
background.
playing. I'm like, yeah!
Woo! You're
It's like
right.
Breath of the Wild
It is
AMV.
terror time. I still hear Brandon screaming at me.
Who opened the window? Blah! Welcome back to Spooky.fm. I am Spooky Russian Vampire.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where to go with that. It was
Vampires
too good.
aren't Russian.
Well, they can be. Why can't vampires be Russian?
Russians are
racist.
scary enough without being vampires.
Yeah, so a Russian vampire is the scariest possible vampire and the scariest Russian.
It's the best of both worlds. Like Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana?
Yeah.
What does that have?
It's
is that
the
her-
best
her-
of both
her
worlds.
thing?
It's like a song from Hannah Montana.
Oh.
It was
I
like
don't
a big
fuck-
old
I've never
meme.
heard a Hannah
It
Montana
was a huge
song.
what? It was a huge meme.
Really?
Yeah.
Back in like 2005
In Hannah
or something?
Montana
or
times.
Hannah Montana times?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Hannah Montana.
Man, I think we need to watch that on VHS.
What, Hannah Montana?
No. Yeah, Hannah Montana.
I have the TV
Yeah.
and the VHS
That's
right
why,
here.
because you have Scooby Doo on Zombie Island on VHS.
I brought it on VHS so we could watch it. I mean, we have Halloween, we have
could
Pink Floyd's The Wall, we have
experience-
Godzilla vs. Megalon, all these VHS right here.
We have a lot of VHS.
And now it's the perfect time to watch them.
Yeah, it's terror time.
I mean, the movie Halloween might actually be good if we watch it on VHS on a CRT.
I mean, I think that's the only way it could be
yeah.
good.
We might actually under-fucking stand the nostalgia for that stupid movie now.
I guess,
we're
to be
not fans of
fair,
Halloween.
the only time I ever watched Halloween when I was a kid was on a CRT.
Oh, yeah.
So, maybe.
But you were too young to appreciate the dank aesthetics of a CRT.
Oh, so yeah. I mean, because it was just a shit TV.
Exactly.
You know?
You're just like, oh,
When
this looks
you're a
like
kid,
ass.
you're just
I
like,
can't
this
see
sucks.
anything.
What's
I
going
hate
on?
this. And now it's like, the aesthetic masterpiece of a CRT.
The gentle static of the CRT. No. You're like, oh, yeah, I guess, dude.
I'm glad in the song Terror Time, they warn you when the scary part is coming. He goes, here comes
Here
the really
comes the
scary
really
part.
scary part.
So, in case you're afraid, you can
You
turn
can
away.
cover your eyes. Yeah, I mean, it's like
It's
a
like-
trigger warning for kids
Yeah.
of the early 2000s.
Like Neil Patrick Harris warning you that you should look away
Exactly.
in the meme show.
In the meme show? Yeah, when he hosted Meme Review.
Yes. Netflix's meme review with Neil Patrick Harris.
Meme Review. I believe that.
What am I doing? What's
You're fighting
going
the
on?
sky.
You got a topic?
What?
What are topics? I'm
What
sure
are
we've already
topics?
talked about Scooby-Doo before. Don't need to get into all that.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I have some topics. I just gotta remember them. I mean, I kind of jumped in because I thought of the song, and then I told Hope she couldn't look, so I was like, all right, now I gotta,
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
gotta go
get to
fast.
it. I gotta figure it out.
One of my topics literally just says beating your kids. I think
I feel like
it's.
we've talked about that before, haven't we?
Have we?
I mean, I think we've talked about your mom being harder
Yeah,
on you
because we
than
talked about
on
like
us.
the wooden spoon and stuff. Maybe that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Another one of my topics just says jealousy. So that
Jealousy.
who knows what I was
I
fucking
mean, we've talked
thinking
about
there.
that too.
Who
what
fucking
what were you
knows?
jealous of recently?
That I put that's like a topic from months and
I
months
see.
ago that we just never got around to.
Really? I feel like we've talked about. We definitely have talked about.
Mm-hmm. Well,
jealousy
whatever
before.
prompted me to write that in there, I know we didn't talk about it
I
because I would have
see.
checked it off of my list.
I see.
So fuck
I
if I
wonder
remember.
what you were jealous about.
Fuck if I remember what it was. I don't
I
know.
wonder.
It was fucking months ago now.
I guess it was resolved.
I don't even remember what it was
Damn,
about.
I can't. I don't have any arrows. I gotta beat this
We could
guy.
talk about the anime we've been watching this season now that we've tried everything we wanted to try.
Yeah. We haven't watched the sumo one yet. I
Did
saw
we-
that around today, and I was like,
did
"Oh,
we-
sumos."
Did we say we wanted to watch that, or did we just agree that it was going to be
I
a sports show?
Yeah, it's gonna be a sports show. I don't know. We could probably watch it.
Because, like, we're already behind on the
Yeah.
things we actually want to watch, so I feel like I can't
I don't
waste
even
time.
remember what they are. I've been busy, guys.
We've both been busy.
We've both been busy. We get home, and it's been Halloween month, so we've watched horror movies, you
Yeah,
know? We've been watching
been
horror
watching
movies and Adventure
spooks.
Time. There's no time for current season animes.
I ain't got time. But that's true.
I beat all the guys. It
You
stopped
did.
raining, too.
Hey,
Maybe
that's nice.
it did that because I killed everyone, except for
Well,
that
there's a
guy,
guy
I
over
guess.
there, so I don't think that's true.
Well, I better hurry up before it starts raining again. Which is soon. I see it
Right,
on the weather.
it's on your
the weather
radar,
meter.
so maybe
Fuck my ass.
go. Let's see. We watched Karakuri Circus.
Captain
I always want to
Sakura?
say it
Okay.
wrong, so if I said it wrong anyway, I'm sorry.
Circus one. What happened? I
It's
think I was
the puppet one
yeah.
with the lady and the big tough guy who's wearing the bear costume.
Yeah, I was starting to fall
the
asleep
child.
during that one, so it was hard for me to follow.
It wasn't
It didn't seem like
an
anything
amazing
happened.
first episode. It was
Yeah.
fine.
It didn't
I mean,
seem
maybe
like a
it'll get
lot
cooler.
went down.
I don't know. I was
seemed
pretty much like,
confusing.
yeah, okay, well, you know, that's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
So we tried that. Oh, we watched the first episode of the most morally repugnant anime of all
Oh
time.
yeah, Goblin
Which
Slayer.
is Goblin Slayer.
Jeez, it's been a while since we did one of these because I'm like, did we talk about that? But I guess it's just
No.
me and you have talked about it
We've
with
talked
each other.
about it, but we, as
and
a
that didn't
group,
seem
have
like
not talked
a
about
good
it.
topic.
The most morally repugnant first episode of an anime
Yes.
because there was
The rape scene, and everyone freaked out about it, even though it wasn't a big deal, and it was
It established that there's actual stakes in
Yeah.
in this grimdark universe, which is grimdark. So
yes,
I don't
it
know why any of you were
establishes narrative
surprised.
stakes. I thought it was, it's a good inclusion, I don't understand why it's such a big freak out for everybody.
I don't really understand why this show is shocking anybody more than Grimgar did.
Or Berserk or anything. Well, nobody got raped in Grimgar. It's the only difference.
Yeah, but you had
Like, it's the same idea, except
even the
nobody got
low-level
raped.
monsters could fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know, that was the idea.
But the thing is, like, the characters in Grimgar weren't dying. Like, they had the same
they could
impact.
die.
And, yeah.
The threat.
The threat was
The
there.
threat was
but
there.
nobody got
But
raped.
no one
like
was gonna
what people are
die.
freaking out about is that someone gets raped immediately.
Which happens on the very first page of Berserk, but
Yeah.
whatever.
That doesn't happen. He's not raping anyone on
but
the
I
first
mean,
page
you
of
know.
Berserk.
There is a lot of rape in Berserk.
There is rape in Berserk, which
guess
is
he
something
is-
that no one talks about
I mean,
these days.
Victor, can you really say for sure if that monster lady in Berserk was
Why would-
consenting to be?
Why would he be raping a monster lady? He just happened to be raping some random girl, and
I'm
she turned into a monster.
I was just memeing.
I know.
Do you
It's
know
so
that she
funny.
gave
Where am I?
consent? Was
I'm
there a
doing
signed
some kind of
consent
game,
form?
and I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. Did you
I wasn't
read?
paying
Oh
attention
wait,
to that
you're
guy,
Victor.
and then I started doing a game. Wow, you're mean. Oh, I think I'm supposed to be saying how far I can glide or something from the top. I fucked it up. Oh well. Yeah, Grimgar. Goblin
Well, we're not here to
Slayer,
talk about
whatever
Grimgar.
the fuck. It was It was whatever. I thought it was fun. I like the touch of the goblin's nails digging into that girl's ass. And you're like, damn, she got fucked.
Shit.
Yeah. Connor was going on about how people compare it to like Dungeons and Dragons, and that's kind of the idea. And I'm like, I guess that's probably is the point. To me, it's just like, I don't think you have to draw the connection to Dungeons and Dragons. It's just, I think it's interesting to take a fantasy setting and ground it in realism. You know, take video game ideas and say like, what would this be like if it were real? You know,
right? I don't understand why
It's
everything
neat.
has to be a parallel to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
It's like everything in the fucking world is, oh, it's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, why does it need to be Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Why can't it just be its own thing?
because Dungeons and Dragons is the originator, and because like those like Dungeons and Dragons does, you can have those details to the level where like the detail I think people, or details in general, I think people geek out about with Goblin Slayer was like the guy hitting his sword in the cave.
Right.
Like he kept hitting the walls because he took a long sword into a tight cave. And like
a small
that's
space.
the kind of detail that is cool about it, you know?
Yeah.
The creative detail of like, oh, it's like everything is thought about and everything kind of matters. And there's nothing is just like a throwaway detail. And it's like, that's cool. And the attention to detail is
that's
unique.
That's a cool thing to have.
Yeah.
No problem with that, whatever.
It's like, it just appeals to a really specific kind. It scratches an itch for people, you know?
Yeah, for a certain kind of person.
And it's a niche interest that only blew up because people were freaking out about a rape scene. And it's like, it's not really meant to be anything people should be talking about.
Yeah. I don't think that was supposed to be, the central point of the show.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not like we watched any more of it after that, so.
Yeah, we just watched that first episode.
Whatever.
Just talk about it.
Who gives a shit?
And now it's been so long, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, basically.
Basically. That's how it goes.
That's just how it be. We watched Zombieland Saga, which was a lot of fun.
That's a fun one.
I was surprised that it was as fun as it was.
It's starring Nate, best guy ever.
Yeah.
And it's a fun time.
And,
I can't do anything here because it's fucking lightning storming, even though I think that's the point of the challenge.
I think
I can't remember what to do in this
the
place.
creators knew that the premise was a little thin, so they just made the main girl as perfect as possible. She's adorable. They focus on animating her in a very cute way where all of her motions are cute and everything she does is adorable. She's just fucking grade A anime girl. So you get invested in the cute anime girl and you're like, yeah, I'm on board. This is cool.
It's a show that knows its appeal is waifus, and it spent a lot of time on its waifu.
Exactly.
I just nailed
It's
it.
a good,
I know what
solid fucking QT.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else did we watch? My brain is...
Check it out. Yeah, I feel kind of brain dead. Now I'm like, why have I done this?
My brain is struggling today. Because I know we watched more than that. Oh yeah, of course we're watching Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a given.
There's just nothing to say about it.
It's Sword Art Online!
I mean, Conrad's pretty much making the perfect content for that no one understands.
It's just, I mean, when you're watching it, all you can do is sit there and marvel about the fact that they just made two Kiritos and put them in the same show.
Yes,
and
they have literally the exact same face.
They stand next to each other, and they are just mirrors.
It's just
a mirror.
Fucking color
It's
swap
amazing.
Kirito, and that's literally all they did.
It's truly, it's almost art. It's so lazy.
It's morally repugnant.
That is the most morally repugnant thing that's happened this season. I agree.
Yes.
Sword Art Online. Alicization.
Yes.
Let's see.
I gotta figure out this puzzle.
The puzzle is summoning your horse?
Yes. The puzzle is the horse.
I mean, that's true.
I thought I could ride this fire, but the fire is not creating any wind. I can't ride it. Maybe I can burn the grass, but is it just going to be put out immediately? It's too rainy.
We just don't know.
See, it won't get fiery because it's too much rain.
So Victor,
Yes.
it's almost Halloween,
Yes.
and you still don't have a costume.
Or that's not a topic.
Yeah, it is.
That's just a
It's
fact of
segues.
life
No,
that happens
it's
every
segues.
year.
It's segues.
Yes.
It's segues. Cause I want to know. I want to pull the audience. I want to know how our audience feels about Halloween and if they dress up and get into festivities. Because I think we were talking the other day about horror movies, like I always want to talk about.
Yes.
And how it's interesting that when you're growing up, it feels like horror movies are very male dominated. Like only dudes are into horror movies.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, you look around when you go to see a horror movie in theaters, and you realize that it's like 80% girls.
Yes.
And
it
that,
probably always has been.
mostly
We just
girls
didn't
like
realize
horror
it.
movies, and they just drag their boyfriends along with them.
Yes.
So I just want to know, how do you guys feel about the spooky stuff, about Halloween, about costumes, about watching horror movies? I know probably a large percentage of our audience is male, so it's a good group to poll, because I'm very curious.
The general PCP consensus is that Halloween is bullshit and they hate it. Except for like Jesse, because he is just into the spooky stuff. But then he also hates like the Halloween party aspect of it.
I mean, we don't go to Halloween parties.
Yes.
I still like
We
Halloween.
don't. But we're probably in a minority of people who will dress up and then do nothing,
And then sit around their house.
Because we just like dressing up.
Because it's just fun. It's just a good time. Yeah, like one of my good friends, he's not into Halloween at all, but I know he's going to end up dressing up because his girlfriend is going to force it on him.
Yes, which is most people. Like it was apparent
Which is
from that
like
from Ben Saint and then Nate, and it's just like the general consensus is, and fucking Dick Masterson was talking about it too, where it's like generally if like men can enjoy Halloween, but they would never do it without a girl being involved. Like they just, and I would say the same thing for myself, Like I love dressing up and everything and doing the Halloween stuff, but like if you weren't into it, me alone would probably never do it because you just wouldn't even think about it, and then it would be Halloween and be like, oh well, I didn't do anything, or I'd throw it together that day, because I don't think about it unless it's in the context of you reminding me about it. Because I don't think about anything. I just don't give a shit about anything.
Think about anything.
I just
He's
wouldn't
just
think
like,
about it until
"Fuck
it's too
it."
late. I wouldn't go out of my way to dress up and stuff because Halloween is kind of a social like holiday,
Yeah. At
Or
least
the
even if it's on a
antisocial-
small
yeah.
scale. Even if it's just with your friends.
The antisocial version is watching a bunch of Halloween movies by yourself, The social version is dressing up and going out, but like you're not going to dress up alone and then sit in your house alone in a costume unless you're a little insane.
Like I would do.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a boyfriend or friends.
Yeah. But you've never been alone on Halloween, have you?
No.
Yeah. You've never had to dress up alone on Halloween because no one was there, You generally try to hang out with friends because it's a holiday.
Exactly.
But it is an excuse to dress up.
And I will take any excuse that I can get
Yes.
to be spooky and dress up. It's a good time.
But it is definitely a holiday that appeals more to women.
It's a
as
holiday
adults,
for fucking girls.
Like, boys will get into it as a kid because you get something out of it. You get candy,
Right.
As an adult, you're buying your own candy and you're not getting anything out of it. So, like, why are you doing it,
Oh, speaking of trick-or-treating, I don't know if I mentioned this, but a couple weeks ago I learned that by law in our state, if you're over 13, if you're 13 and up and you go trick-or-treating, you can be fined $250 and sentenced to up to 6 months in jail.
Nice. And you should be, for being a shit.
No!
You're too old to trick-or-treat.
No! 13?
I mean, that's probably how it
13.
should be. Because, like, when I was 14 and 15 trick-or-treating, I felt like a dumbass.
No.
I felt like I was too big, and I felt like kind of an idiot.
No. See, I have the opposite mentality where it's like, as long as you have a costume on, I don't give a shit if you're 80. You can
Yeah.
fucking come get candy from me. I don't give a fuck. As long as you're in the spirit, I'll fucking give you candy.
It's
I don't
like,
care.
You don't need candy. Like, why are you out looking for candy? Like, it's nice that you're in a costume, but why are you asking people for candy? Like, you're an adult asking another adult for a piece of candy.
Who cares?
That's weird, you
I
know.
went trick-or-treating with my friends at like 16.
I know. But
I don't give a
should
shit.
you have? Probably not.
Well, it was, we could either go trick-or-treating or we could be like fucking up someone's house and fucking throwing eggs at their house.
Or
Which one would you
can
prefer?
Do neither of those.
I don't know. I feel like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's bullshit. I feel
That's
like if you're
candy
fucking
entitlement,
16
you know?
and you want to go trick-or-treating, as long as you have a costume, who cares? Who cares?
I don't know.
I don't
'Cause
give a
someone's
shit.
still giving you candy, you know?
And?
Like, why should they give you candy?
Why do you hate being given things? On a
No,
night where
I hate
people,
the idea of having to give people things
on
when
a
they're-
night where people
when they're
literally
grown.
voluntarily leave their porch light on and buy candy and invite you to
Yeah.
come
But
get
that's
candy.
for little kids, you know?
No,
Because little
it's for
kids need
everybody.
something to do and something fun to have.
No, it's for everybody. I feel like Halloween is all
Yeah.
inclusive.
I mean, when I was 16, I felt that way. But now that I'm an adult, I would, if I saw a
Oh,
16-year-old on
well,
my porch and they had some half-ass costume, I'd be like, fuck you, dude.
I guess
Go get
you're
your own
so
fucking candy. You can get a
morally
job.
superior
Like,
to me then. It's not a matter of having a job or not.
yeah.
I don't
I don't
think
know.
that's the issue.
Just clinging to that childhood satisfaction of getting candy.
I'm not going out trick or treating. I'm just saying I don't think
know.
it should be a big deal if someone does.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, it depends. Like if you show up and you're in a good costume, it's one
Yeah,
thing.
that's
If
what I'm
you're the
saying.
shitty teenager,
I'm saying
like just getting
don't put a
candy,
fucking sheet over your head and say
or
you're
if you're
a ghost.
with little kids, like I had times, I've told the story before where it's like I was like 14 or 15 and I was like, I'm not gonna ask for candy. I feel like kind of a dumbass, but I was taking around shade. And then people were giving me candy anyways, you know,
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, you're walking around and you're in a costume. Here's some candy.
Right.
But I don't know. It just, I feel like 16 is too old for trick-or-treating.
Well, fuck off then.
Like, a little bit, you know?
Eat shit, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Like, it's nice
It's
to
my
go around in a
favorite
costume and
holiday.
stuff.
I'm not gonna let
I'm not
you
saying
shit
you
on
shouldn't
it
go
for
out
me.
in a costume and have fun, but like...
I do not
don't know.
regret doing that. Fuck
I'm not
you.
saying that you were wrong for doing it. I don't know. My face hurts from smiling. I want to die.
You wanna die?
I'm sorry, my brain hurts.
No.
I don't know, man. Just whatever. You can get your fucking candy. I don't give a shit.
It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just about a night where you can get to have fun. Why you
Yeah.
gotta shit on people? You
It's
know?
not shitting on people. It's, you can have fun in different ways, other than getting candy from people that don't owe
See,
you candy.
Victor, you're the reason that teens in horror movies break into haunted houses to fuck. You're
Yeah.
the reason. Because they
Sure.
can't go get candy.
No, definitely. I mean,
It's
you
your
could say,
fault.
like, on the one hand, sometimes because it's, you gotta think about all the different kinds of 16-year-olds, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, if I think about me or you, it's like we were innocent 16-year-olds who were good
We were just
kids
being
and like
goofs and
we
having
were
fun.
we were still being kids. But then I think about like the majority of 16-year-olds, which are people that I want to punch in the face, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm thinking. When I picture a 16-year-old, I'm like, fuck that guy, you know?
I mean, I can definitely concede
Like, if you
that
think
there are
of
some
most
16-year-olds
normies-
that would fucking not try at all and just
Yeah.
expect candy.
It's like they don't deserve candy.
But of course, that's what I mean with my stipulation of like, as long as you have a costume on, like a
Yeah.
costume, not some bullshit that you fucking
You're not a
you
football
know,
player.
Yeah, don't put your fucking high school football jersey on. Fuck off. Put on a costume.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
I don't know. And these days, I feel like it's acceptable to dress up and go to conventions and stuff when you're 16 anyways, and you're having fun there. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's not the same. I don't feel. I don't know. It's not the same dressing up for a like convention as it is for
'cause
Halloween.
people don't give you candy.
Yeah, because people don't give you candy. That's why. I feel like dressing up for anime conventions is a higher caliber than Halloween.
Perhaps.
But maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyway, share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below.
Do you think a 16-year-old should get candy?
I think it's... who cares?
I don't know, man.
It's not a big deal, you know? It just ain't even a big thing.
It isn't much of a big deal. Like, they certainly shouldn't be getting, like, fined or something, or, like, arrested for fucking...
You shouldn't be fined $250 because you're 16 and you went trick-or-treating. That's stupid.
I mean, it is kind of like... Because... I guess it's to discourage everyone in general so that, like, the police can go around and just, like, pick off 16-year-olds. Because, like, in general, the 16-year-olds out on Halloween around little kids, like, they're fucking with the little kids and taking their candy and stuff.
Does that really happen?
Oh, that definitely happens.
Really?
Yes. I've heard of stories from people who do that, you know? Like, fuck with kids and take their candy.
Wow, okay.
Like, that is a thing that happens. Like, teenagers wreak havoc on Halloween. And so it's, like... It's more safe for everyone if the teenagers just aren't out, you know?
I guess.
If you just go like, okay, teenagers can't be out on Halloween, you know, some people are fucking it up for the rest of them.
I mean, I guess the teenagers that would be, like, fucking with people and egging houses or whatever wouldn't be going trick-or-treating anyway because they're fucking...
Or they'd be the ones with the half-ass costume going trick-or-treating and egging your house if you don't give them candy, you know? Because they have candy entitlement.
Candy entitlement.
It's like, oh, I don't want to put a bunch of effort
America.
in. I just want to get candy. Because I'm used to getting candy. And I don't fit in the fucking Thor costume anymore. My parents won't buy it for me. Because I'm a fucking, basically an adult. Buy your own fucking candy, kid. I don't know. Because I want to preserve Halloween for the little kids, you know?
I don't want to ruin it for kids, you know? I just feel like,
it's like, this is for them.
I feel like it just should be inclusive. And the thing is, with people who are between that, like, 13 and 21, like, you can't drink.
Yeah.
So you can't go to a party.
Definitely.
You know? So they're in that gray area of, like, well, then what the fuck do you do?
Like, oh, great, I get to pass out candy to other kids.
Yeah.
Yay. And then there's a kid who's just as old as you, and you're like...
God damn it, you fucking bitch.
That's where it really sucks. It's like, why am I handing you candy and I'm your fucking age?
Exactly.
That's where you're like, fuck the 16-year-old, because I'm 16 and I'm not getting candy. I want to get up. I gotta get the stuff.
Oh, Victor.
It was hard.
I did remember another anime we were watching.
Yes.
We were watching Gridman.
Oh yeah, Gridman.
You seemed to enjoy that.
That one was really cool.
You want to talk about Gridman?
I don't know. I can't even remember what the fuck happened. I just remember that it was good. It had a lot of good
All
sound.
All I remembered is
and
it was
atmosphere.
good.
Yeah.
So
not the best head feel right now to fucking remember Gridman. I'm sorry. I love you.
Gridman is based on an old tokusatsu show. It's about a kid that has amnesia and he can talk to a guy inside of a computer and he has to fight kaiju.
And it's real.
It sounds stupid, but they present it in a very cool, smart way.
It had a very nice atmosphere and attention to detail and like sound effects and directing. And it was like, oh, this is actually a confident anime made by people who give a shit about what they're doing.
It's the best presentation and setup of a high schooler with amnesia that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was not annoying at all, which is very very surprising.
It was like a more well thought out Star Driver or something.
Yeah, it really kind of is.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this actually has potential to be a good anime, not just a piece of forgettable stack of shit.
TM? Amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I don't know, how the fuck do I get up there? It seems like you can fly from up there, but I can't climb up there.
Can you shoot it off? Or is
oh,
it too
yeah,
far?
Obviously. I didn't even fucking think about it. It's like the obvious, easy thing to do here.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, it didn't go. Damn it.
Man,
I'm
we're
wasting my fucking landing
just
arrows.
fucking kill it. There we go.
Ah!
I was gonna say, change. Oh! No! Oh.
Got him.
It's
I
too
survived.
late.
I guess I did it right at the last minute.
I guess.
Damn it, I had topics I was thinking about earlier, and now I'm just dead.
And then Victor
just
just
a retard.
died.
I'm just broken. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I love you. Talk about anime. Talk talk about. We already.
There's just not
mentioned-
enough to say about anything because it was one episode of everything, you know?
Well, yeah, but it's good to give initial thoughts, you know.
Yeah.
Now that we're like 4 weeks into
Yeah, now that it's
the
been
fucking anime
now that
season.
it's been 4 weeks since we watched those episodes, I don't even remember what the fuck they were about.
Swag. Very cool.
Yeah. It's fucking lightning, man. Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy.
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga. Fashion. I talked about fashion before.
We already talked about
I
fashion.
already talked about fashion.
Yeah.
I'm a fashionista.
Like, we have so much to fucking say about fashion.
I'm a fashion conquista.
Door?
Linguista.
Linguini?
Yeah, linguini. I'm a fashion linguini.
Very nice.
We probably already talked about all that Halloween stuff last year, too.
Did we? Maybe. Who knows?
I feel like we probably have.
Life is cyclical, y'all.
Yeah. The cycles. The unending cycles.
Exactly.
Shouldn't have got the rehab.
I told you not to.
I know.
And Victor was like,
Drank the
but
monster
they don't have a rehab.
I wanted it.
And I
It
was
was
like,
good.
yeah,
and I
you're
liked
not
it.
wrong,
it
but-
tastes so good, but it makes me feel so bad.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I am the one who is so sorry. Maybe we could try again after dinner. Try to do more of Vic and Hopes.
If you can think of your,
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Topics.
my topics. I had the topics. They were there. They were in my brain.
Oh, yeah?
I thought I had one last episode that I didn't get to. And then I was like, oh yeah, there was that topic. And then I can't remember it anymore. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I love you.
I love you too.
You're a good boy.
Alright, we got in this shrine. How long has this episode been? It's gotta be over, right? I'm sorry everyone for a
31
mediocre episode. On the next episode we'll do the shrine. I don't think I've ever done this one before.
Buried secrets. Who boy?
It's looking pretty cool. Looks like a bunch of fun.
Ain't
So
that some shit?
we'll save the game. And
It is
we're
terror.
gonna get out of here. Yeah, we started off strong with Terror Time. It was worth the episode.
episode.